Someone asked me if it is possible for marriage to become boring as time progresses. My answer to that question is yes. It is very possible for a marriage to become boring as the days go by. That's because the couple becomes so absorbed with everyday other responsibilities, working, especially if both parties work outside the home, or even if it is one party that is working outside the home, whether it is a formal paid employment or it is some kind of hustle like a business or something to bring in money, to bring in finances to attend to the financial obligations of the home. Couples, parties involved in the marriage can become absorbed with this responsibility of financial provision that they tend to become like the relationship in their home becomes some kind of a routine. They just come home, they eat dinner, they go to bed. Tomorrow morning, they are rushing off. That is the reason why you find that some people get into their workspaces, in the office, in the business premises, and the guy, because the woman in his place of work is the person he gets to see always, often, spends time with, and the atmosphere in that office environment is cordial and friendly and warm. And so he finds that he spends more time with this colleague, and then you find that affairs begin to develop like that or something. Or the woman is in her place of business, in her shop or something. It can happen both ways. It could be the woman in the place of work or the man in the place of business. But the bottom line is people begin to get attracted to the people that they spend time with, and they are working in one kind of free and friendly environment, and then they tend to communicate. Then they begin to connect in the way that they shouldn't. So couples should be aware of this and work intentionally to avoid their marriage becoming boring. They should intentionally keep the spark in their love, the fire of their love burning. It is at that point that love comes in. Love is not a feeling you have inside of you. Love, it is what you do intentionally, to endear yourself into the heart of the other person. So this is where love comes in, where a couple, where a husband and his wife intentionally ensure that the spark in their home remains, where they begin to do those little things that are outside of the normal everyday routine. I mean, your husband comes home and meets a warm meal. Sometimes it becomes a routine. But where your husband comes home, or where you meet him halfway and say, meet me, I am going to meet you here, let's meet here, and you go out to dinner from there, even when there is food at home. That's something extra different on the outside. That is the extra that will keep the glow in your marriage. Like, you just have date nights where you take yourselves out, or you meet in this recreational activity. You have this recreational activity where both of you are a part of. You go out and spend this time together, different from the normal routine. The routine of you are in your house. This is our home. This is our marriage. We play together at home. We laugh together at home. We pray together at home. We go to bed. We make love. It somehow becomes a routine. You can keep the spark in your marriage burning, where instead of going to bed in your home, you could go have a night out, where you are now making love in a different environment. It keeps some form of novelty, some form of newness to that relationship. So couples should intentionally ensure that they do little things by the side, little things apart from the ordinary things, apart from the everyday things. They should become creative to look for ways to keep the spark in their marriage burning. Otherwise, there is a tendency for the marriage to slip into this routine, and it becomes like a normal thing, and it becomes boring. So yes, a marriage can become boring. It will take the intentionality of the parties involved to ensure that the spark in that marriage remains burning. And so as a husband, as a wife, I admonish you today, look for ways to keep the spark in your marriage burning, so that there is something new that your spouse is looking forward to, where your home does not become predictable, where your marriage does not become a straight line. It is predictable. We will do this, and we will do that. Let there be some newness introduced into it every now and again. Something new, something fresh, something novel done in order to keep the spark in your marriage, where your spouse is like, oh wow, you did this, oh really, oh really. So your spouse is seeing you from a different light and somehow begins to look forward to some of those surprises and novel things in your marriage. That is what will keep the spark intact, especially where there are children. Do not let the children consume or take over all of your time, your affection, and your concentration. Find a way to keep the spark in your marriage burning. That is what love is. It is not a feeling, it is what we intentionally do to remain in the consciousness of our spouse. May the spark in your marriage remain bright. May the wine of your marriage remain fresh. God bless you.